Hello, what's up guys? I am Dr. Shinglestein, aka Fast2Fix World, and in this video we're going to be sort of doing an unboxing of the brand new Apple iPad. This is the 2025 edition, and I believe they've only been out a week or 2 weeks. Now I have already unboxed this, set it up, and then by transferring everything over from my old iPad Pro. And you might be wondering, why did I upgrade from an iPad Pro to the standard iPad when it's like a downgrade? And the simple reason for that is because the iPad Pro that I had is a good 5-6 years old, maybe even 7 years old. So, and it's getting on a bit, it's getting slower, it's not responding as well. So it was time to let it go, trade it in for a new one. And I decided not to go with another iPad Pro because when I first got the last iPad Pro, I used the old features of the Pro features of the iPad Pro. Nowadays I don't use them at all, so there's no point. So the new iPad, so that's why I went with a standard one this time. And it's important to note that the new iPads, sorry, they come in 4 colours. They come in a standard silver, a blue, which is like a darker blue, a pink, which is like a reddish sort of pink, and a yellow. And I went with the yellow. So as I say, I've transferred everything onto the old iPad, put the screen protector on, and I actually done a pretty good job for a change with a screen protector. And this is obviously the box, and then you would open the box. Your iPad would sit here with the like the parchment paper sort of thing over the top, and then you take this out, and here would be all your books on the iPad and so on. And there was another charging cable, which is about 1 meter long, which I will keep in the box. But I have a cable that looks it's not Apple branded, but it's very, very similar. And it's 3 meters long, which is 10 feet, which is much better for me. So that goes back in its hole, and then we put the book back in. Let's put the lid on. And then here it is. Here is the new iPad. You can see there's the side. Those 3 bits there of if you want to connect it to the Magic Keyboard. Magic Keyboards are great. They don't need charging, don't need to connect to Bluetooth, but they're £249, which is quite expensive for an Apple branded one. Especially when you can just buy a keyboard case, and then connect it to Bluetooth and use that. It works just as well. You might need to have to charge that keyboard every so often, but it works just the same. 2 speakers at the top with the power button. There's that side. 2 volume buttons. There's the bottom with 2 more speakers in the USB cable, USB-C power slot, and there is the yellow. And as you can see, it's more sort of a normal, it's more of a goldy type yellow. You can see gold and you can see yellow in it, so it's a really, really nice colour. And compared to my other iPad, the other old iPad Pro that I had, I thought this would be thinner. But it's actually 1.2 millimeters thicker, which is surprising. And the other surprising thing that they've done is, obviously the Pro has 2 cameras in it, and if you're going to be one of these professional photographers and all of that, you might need it. But if you're not, standard camera is fine. I don't really take pictures on the on the iPad. I don't take many pictures on the iPhones either, but this is the big change that they've made. At the top here would be the dot for the front camera, and I guess in a tiny little speaker or something. It's not there because they put it on the side just here. So it's a bit strange that they've done that, but I suppose they've done it because if you use the front camera you can put it on the side and use it and get a better picture. But I don't know what happens if you do it like that. I've not tried. But it has almost all the same features as the old iPad Pro did, but obviously without the Pro stuff in it, like the camera. This is much quicker. It is a much quicker iPad than the old iPad Pro, because it's got they advance with their chips every year. So it's got the new A16 chip, better processor. They now start 128 gigabyte of storage size instead of 64, like the phones. But obviously the Pros have the is it the M3, something like that. They have the extra camera in, and there is an iPad Air, which are £599, different colours. Again, I think that's still only got one camera in it, but it's probably got a couple of extra features in it that this one doesn't have. Now the two things that this standard iPad doesn't have, and I'm actually quite surprised it doesn't have it, is the Face ID, like the phones do, the iPad Pros do. There is no Face ID in this. You have to put a passcode in, and if you want to purchase something on the Apple Store, even for free, the free item, normally you would put your Face ID and you'd have to put a passcode in, or you could register like the old Touch ID, but you register it on just by not just resting it against it like you did with the old home buttons on the iPhone, and you can do it like that. And it doesn't have Apple Intelligence in it, which is the Apple AI system, and I think they're missing out there. They've put that in the iPad Pros, put that in the new iPad Airs, which also came out a week or two ago, but they missed off putting the Apple Intelligence in the standard iPads. Now, I think the Apple Intelligence is great. A lot of people are not so keen on it. A lot of people don't like it. And a lot of others do. And it's all down to preference. However, it would have been handy if it was in the iPad, but I'm not too bothered by it because I have an iPhone 16 and it has the Apple Intelligence in that. And I use the Apple Intelligence quite a bit. And I would use it more in the iPhone than I would in the iPad. So I'm not too worried by it personally, but a lot of people might. And again, with the iPhone 16 I have the Face ID in it, but it doesn't have Face ID on the iPad Pro, on the iPad, as I said, standard iPad. But again, it would have been nice, but I'm not too worried by that, because it's not you use your phone more than you will the iPad. So, and it doesn't take 2 or 3 seconds to put your 6-digit passcode in to unlock it. Pretty quick and easy. I didn't want that to happen. So we have just turned the iPad on. As you can see there, when it's on the lock screen, it will say, it says rest away. How the hell did that happen? There we go, Touch ID. So I don't know if it'll unlock it with Touch ID. Yes, it does. Okay, so if you set Touch ID up, it's even quicker. Then this has got a liquid retina display. and you can do things like click on customize, make the icons small or large. That's currently small, that would be large. I don't know what happens if I leave it on large. Yeah, if you leave it on large, it doesn't tell you what the icons are. If you put it on small, it does. And then you've got these. You've got the, when it's on the light settings, dark, so the apps will go darker and that'll go a bit darker in the background. Automatic, we're supposed to go light or dark, and then you've got timed. And at times, like, it goes completely black. So let's put that back onto dark a moment. Yeah, so the whole background goes a bit darker. So let's put that back to light. And it goes lighter now. Not when you put it on the dark mode, not every icon will turn into a darker colour. Some that you download don't, some do. But the majority of them do. It's quite a clever thing. It depends how dark or lighter you would like it. On my phone I have it on dark. On the iPad I normally have it on light. As I say, it's a liquid retina display, and it's really super bright, super good. Overall, impressions have been really good. Now, with the case I bought, I just bought a standard like lilac case with the keyboard, and all you would do is you would just switch it on, the light goes off eventually, okay, and now it would work. If I was to type something, it would work. And obviously you'd press that connect button, that would light up. You go to your settings, your Bluetooth, find it, connect, and there we go. And obviously the keyboard does come off, so you can put it separately if you want. That's just a few commands and things, which is quite clever on the back. But let's get this back in its case. There we go, it's all nicely in its case. So then what you would do is you'd put the keyboard in its spot, so it magnetically attaches, just fold it over, and this is that's not in properly there, that is now. And that's not on properly either. Having a good time here. Okay, so let's turn that over. And then obviously you've got your camera protector, but this is what I like about this case, is quite clever. But before we go through that, I know that's magnet and it's gone. There is a space for your Apple Pencil, I forgot to mention. Or you can buy a cheaper pencil and use them. I've got one from Temu, you can get in different coloured. And it tells you your battery percentage on the side of the pencil. You can charge it when it needs charging. You don't have to connect it to the iPad like you would do with the Apple Pen. You just simply press the top of it twice, it turns on, and you can just use it, and then double click it to turn it off, and it would fit in here. And that's what this hole is for here. You would just pop it through and your pencil would pop out. But I've got that cheap pencil I put in a case, and which I'll get in a moment and show you about that, just in case you want to have a look at them. So let's put the keyboard back away, as I said. So yeah, we now have this little bit here, part of the case, which is quite clever. Does that when it covers, protects the camera as well, which is a nice little thing. Let's just get the Apple Pen. So this is the little case I bought. I bought for it on Temu. You just open it up. And as you can see, you can get different colours. You can get blue, pink. Don't know if it comes in orange or green. But you can get it in this purple. And it's got a couple of spaces for these, whatever they are. That just helps you get it out. And then you've got a couple of spaces for your nibs and whatever those holes are for. But this is the pencil I said about. Looks very, very similar to the iPad, the Apple Pencil. Much cheaper. You've got your cover there, you just simply pull off. Charge it via USB. And then this is the bit I mentioned. You double click it. There it is, it turns on. It's telling me there's a 99% battery. And to show that it works, just take the keyboard off. Unlock it. Let's just bring that up. Bring a page up. Bring it up as if we would do it, and then as you can see, that's not me doing it right. Very, very responsive, works really, really well. Really well. And you can get these pencils in colours. They come in the standard white. Oh, every so often you'll get that dot. Don't know what that means. But all you've got to do is just press it and you get your 99 back up, and then you just double press it and off it goes. So it does sit magnetically on the side to the iPad if you wanted to do it, or you can put it in the side of that bit, but I have to say I have my own case for it that I bought, so I'll just keep it in its own case. But when it comes to those, you can get them really, really cheap. When I mean really, really cheap, my pencil cost about £4, 4p on Temu. But don't be fooled. They might have the white one for £4.4. They might have the black one for £4.24. They might have the pink one that they do for £5.16, and they might have a blue one for £9.22. Sometimes they do that. Don't go for the blue because you like it and you're paying an extra £5. Go for the cheapest one. That's what I did. I would have liked it in the green, the digital one like this. I did see one in the green, only ever one on there on Temu, but it was about £12 odd, and I would have paid it. But the light blue one was about £13 odd. There was a black one that was £8 odd, a pink one that was £7 odd, and this white one that was £4, 4 pence. Now I'm not going to pay £12 odd. Could have bought the black one for £9 odd or £8 odd. Yeah, didn't want it really. Would have liked the green, but I wasn't paying £12. I wasn't paying £13 odd for the blue. It's a pencil, so it doesn't matter if you do it, get the pink one and you're a guy. But I certainly didn't see the point of paying all that extra money when you can pay £4, 4 pence for a white one. But there are some that have not digital, that do a digital display like that, that have the blue dots, the 3 blue dots when it's full, and then it goes down one, a dot when you've used a bit, and go down another dot. Yeah, they're okay as well. Nothing wrong with them. I just prefer it with a digital display on the pencil. So instead of paying however much the Apple Pencils are now, £79, £99, something like that, for £4, 4p, and the case was £1.58. So for £5.62, you've got a pencil and a case that works, doesn't need to be connected via Bluetooth. Yes, you do have to charge it every so often, where if the Apple Pencil, if you connected it up on the side to the iPad, it charged for you. But it did need to be connected to your Bluetooth. But as usual, if you got it out, put it beside the iPad, it would automatically come up and you would press it. But there's nothing wrong with these pencils, to be honest. Sometimes I have got some Apple accessories, but I tend to buy some cheaper ones. Like my Apple Watch Series 10 here, that is the official band that it comes with. But I've got, I know about 32, 33 bands that are from older Apple Watches that will fit this one. So they're the same size bands for them, so they will fit. But even though the other watches were 44mm and 45mm, and this is 46, but the watch bands do still fit. And the official Apple bands are £39, £49, £59. These ones are like £4, £5, and there's nothing wrong with them. They work just as well. So sometimes it's worth not going for the official Apple stuff, going for them cheaper third-party ones, branded ones. And that's what I've done here with the case, keyboard case, with the pencil and the case here. Because if I'd have bought that, it'd have been $249 for the, so over 249 or 269. So if you go on a base of 269 for the Magic Keyboard and £199 for the pencil, the £368. Now this was £21.79. This case, £4 4p for the pencil, £25.79, £25.83, and then £1.58. £22.79, £22.83, £23.83, £23.91, £24.41p, as opposed to £368, and they work just as well. But overall, just to sum up the iPad, I think that it's fantastic. I've always been a fan of Apple products. I think the Apple MacBooks are much better than the Windows PCs nowadays. Much better operating system. And every time there's a new operating system for Apple, you just download it and install it and it's free of charge. Where Windows, when it was Windows XP, to Windows 7, to Windows 8, 9, to Windows 10, and now Windows, you had to purchase that if you didn't buy a new computer. So that's what I don't like about it. But the Apple ones are great. I think they make the best phones. I think iPhones are the best phones on the market. iPads are the best tablets on the market. The Apple Watches are the best watches on the market. The AirPods, yeah, pretty good products. But I have a pair of, let's see if I can find them. Cheaper ones. Again, they do kind of look like AirPods, but I've got them in the purple. They've connected to Bluetooth. There is a screen on them. And that's because I went the wrong way with the screen. So I can click on that, go back, click on a timer, music, back. So, and they came from Temu for about £12, and they work, and they're just as loud as the AirPods. Don't think they've got noise cancellation or transparency, but I wouldn't use that anyway. And then there is these that I bought also on Temu, because these were £14.99 on £14.99 on Amazon, and these were about £3.52, £3.62. They connect via Bluetooth. I'll just stick one in the ear. They just stick in your ear like this. You can see it's nicely in. Then you do the same this side. See, that's nicely in. And yep, let's take them out and put them away. They do put a little charge on them. That 100% is the charging case. That is 100%. Those charging lights will go out in a moment. They were fully charged, but it always puts a little trickle charge in them. And they are used for me, they're used for sleeping. They're like sleep headphones. They go in, say you go in your ear, you can lay on them. They don't hurt you when you're laying on the side. You don't feel they're in your ear. Don't feel them. And the sound on the sleep headphones are not fantastically loud. But they're good in a way. They're good to go running with as well, because not too loud. You'll hear them. You'll hear people around you if need be. And when you go to sleep, you probably don't want it too loud. So it's perfect for what they are. And then the ones with a screen. And mine are my version of AirPods. I do like AirPods. I have got a pair of them somewhere. What I've got is the AirPod Pros, and they are fantastic. And I've also got a pair of AirPods Pro Max. Now, the over-ear, and they are incredible earphones. But they're £500 and odd. So, yeah. And again, I've got an Apple TV, a MacBook here. So I'm more of an Apple person than a Windows person. I've gone away from Windows like I used to. I had Windows for years, and then I just decided to try an Apple one out. Didn't think I got on with it really well, and I preferred it. But when it comes to like gaming consoles and that, I'm still Microsoft with the Xbox. And I'm surprised Apple haven't done a gaming console yet, which I think they will eventually get in on that market. But anyway, that was the unboxing of the iPad. It says A16 Wi-Fi 2025 edition of the new iPad, the brand new one. Please like and subscribe to the video, subscribe to the channel. If you have any questions, leave it in the comments. I will always reply. And always remember, these videos are never sponsored by anybody. We don't endorse products, so we won't go on and say, for example, yes, this is Dr. Ken, the Dr. and Pepper, get Dr. in all of this. We don't do any of that. And our videos are always unedited. So how we make it is how we put it out. And we just make these videos for a bit of fun. So we hope you like the video. And we hope you subscribe to the channel, and you've got enough information and that you like to go ahead and buy an iPad, the new iPad. And if you prefer to move up in terms of levels of iPad, you've got the iPad Air, which is near enough the same as the iPad. But it does, I believe it's got Face ID, and it's got Apple Intelligence in it, if you want that. But if you've got it on your iPhone, you don't need it on both. And then obviously you've got the iPad Pro, which is the right top of the range for if you're a professional person. You know, you do networking, you've got professional stuff on there. You take like professional photos. If you don't do any of the professional stuff, then there's no point in buying an iPad Pro. Same with phones. There's no point in buying an iPhone Pro. But okay, guys, so that has been the kind of unboxing of the new iPad 2025 edition, which is the iPad A16. I didn't buy the cellular, I just got the Wi-Fi one. But we hope, as I say, we hope you like the video. And as I've previously said, if you've got any comments, leave them in the comment section. I will respond. If you've got any questions, leave it in the comment section. Again, I will respond. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.